Alright, some pretty big words have been thrown around in the pro basketball scene, but when Shaq speaks, you just gotta listen. Shaq has been heard throwing some major shade KD's way, and what he said isn't to be taken lightly. From NBA star to pundit, the Shaq attack has only gone up, and the weight of his words with it. So today, we're gonna talk about Shaq calling out Kevin Durant. First up, what exactly did Shaq say, and why? So right off the bat, Shaq was quoted to have called Kevin Durant's career outside of the Warriors an abject failure. Shaq was seen to have compared Durant's Oklahoma days with his form nowadays and talked about how it really wasn't up to par. From driving the bus to the role he plays in his team now, it seems, at least from Shaq's point of view, that the former Golden State power forward has fallen off pretty badly, it seems. Charles Barkley seemed to share Shaq's opinion on things because, well, he technically was the one who brought it up. Dang, KD, you got two all-time greats doubting you? According to Shaq, Kevin Durant won't be eligible to hold GOAT status until he wins the NBA championship with another team. It's a pretty big factor, considering the two rings he has won have both been with Golden State. During his time with the Golden State Warriors, he was a part of the great Golden State dynasty, so the fact that they won two NBA championships together doesn't really come without a doubt. During one of the championship finals, it was actually the Oklahoma City Thunder who held a leading position with 3-1 over the Golden State Warriors. But despite the odds, the Warriors went on to make an amazing comeback to take home their rings. Next up, how well did Kevin perform in Golden State? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the hard facts. Right off the bat, we can safely say that Kevin Durant is widely accepted as one of the best players of his generation, and he certainly has made his own mark on the game since he stepped foot on the court. To get a clearer idea of what the man has been able to achieve, let's recap his achievements with the Warriors until this point. Straight away, we can tell you that the Warriors' net rating is down by more than half in every game played without Durant. Take the season games, for example. Without Durant, the Warriors have a net rating of -5, while with him on the court, they have a net rating of 11.9. That's an insane boost. The playoff games show a similar statistic. This just goes to show how big of an impact Durant has on his team's offense when he's in their lineup, while affecting both defense and offense when he's not. Another thing to note is the fact that even when Durant is off, as long as Curry is still in the game, the Warriors manage to pull off a decent net rating and offensive rating. However, Steph is only human after all, and needs to go to the bench every now and then, and it seems as if the Warriors' offense just decides to fall apart every time he's not there. This just goes to show exactly how big of an impact Durant has on the Warriors. Coming up, what was Kevin Durant like during his Thunder era? Shaq's main point of contention was the fact that Kevin Durant's career had been an absolute failure outside of Golden State, so it only makes sense to review his performance while he played for other teams. In that spirit, up first is Oklahoma Thunder. So Kevin Durant, back in the day, was a power forward for the humble Oklahoma Thunder. He got them out of quite a few spots and was definitely a fan favorite. In fact, there was a time when Durant had stated that he'd stay with the team throughout his career, following in the footsteps of great players such as Kobe Bryant and Dirk Nowitzki, and so on. However, we all know how that turned out. Durant soon signed for the Warriors in bizarre fashion, and many fans wrote it off as ring chasing out of anger for the move. Perhaps he left because while he had been in great form while playing for the Cats, getting denied the championship ring was getting to be too much for him. Regardless, the man left with an astounding 27 points, 1 point per game, after playing 641 games for the Thunder. Put up numbers like that, there's no denying the man has a spot at the top. Now, let's check out how Durant is doing today. So currently, Kevin Durant plays for the Brooklyn Nets, and we must say he's pulling off miracles right, left, and center. We haven't convinced you? Let's check out one of his most recent games where he single-handedly saved the Brooklyn Nets from a humiliating loss despite both Kyrie and Harden being out while injured. It was Tuesday, with the matchup being against the Milwaukee Bucks, a formidable team who were coming off their win in last year's NBA championship. Kyrie Irving was out due to an ankle injury, and James Harden was benched because of a recovering hamstring. It was basically Durant versus the Bucks. He needed to step up, and boy did he manage to do that. First of all, the man played all 48 minutes of the game. That's insane in its own right. On top of that, he managed to bag a cool 49 points, which averages out to scoring an astounding point per minute, 17 rebounds, and 10 assists. That's insane, especially considering he pulled it off against the Milwaukee freaking Bucks. If that isn't driving the bus, we don't know what is. The man has put on spectacle after spectacle in every tough situation he's ever been put in. The sheer fact that the Warriors have their offense collapse every time Durant is missing from their lineup just goes to show how important this man is to the game and how he truly is one of the all-time greats. Now, in other news, firstly, Steph Curry becomes a published author. Hold up, yes, you heard us right. Popular basketball icon Mr. Steph Curry himself wrote a children's novel titled I Have a Superpower. This will be the NBA player's first dive into the world of writing, and he couldn't be off to a better start. Steph was heard to have said that the inspiration for writing the book was his own children and their love for reading. He wants to be able to reach out to and connect with the next generation of children children and show them that whatever they set their sights upon can be achieved through determination and hard work. Steph wanted to relay the message that there are no shortcuts to success. Everything he's achieved until this point has been thanks to his work ethic and the amount of work he started putting in when he was just 9 years old. We think that's an awesome message to send out to Generation X. Next up, Danilo Gallinari has been diagnosed with a torn ACL in his left knee. Boston Celtics player Danilo Gallinari tore his anterior cruciate ligament while playing for Italy against Georgia in the FIBA World Cup. The team hasn't announced any specific date for the player to return to match fitness. Apparently, during the match, Gallinari was receiving a pass from a fast break when he started to suddenly hobble, and this caused him to be benched and later diagnosed with a meniscus injury. The bigger and much worse diagnosis came a little while later, to the dismay of the NBA star. Gallinari averaged around 11 points while playing for the Atlanta Hawks last season before being signed to the Boston Celtics for a 2-year, $13 million deal. However, this injury coming at such an inconvenient time could hamper the star's success in the near future. A talented young prospect being forced to sit out due to injury is always sad news. Fans were hoping that Gallinari, alongside another free agent in the form of Malcolm Brogdon, would help the Celtics lift themselves back up after a humiliating loss to the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals. However, it looks like that dream will have to be put on hold for now. Finally, was drafting Christian Wood the right move for the Dallas Mavericks? So far, Christian Wood's career hasn't been able to get off to an ideal start, as the player has only been able to play for one good team thus far, namely the Milwaukee Bucks. However, his signing with the Dallas Mavericks will finally allow him to play with some of the best pick-and-roll ball handlers in the league, and it'll be the first time the player will be playing for such high stakes. Despite only playing a total of 62 minutes for the Milwaukee Bucks, the man managed to average 17 to 9 points per game and had a particularly high assist percentage of 67.7. With all of this in mind, we are excited to see what the player has to offer for the Dallas Mavericks. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think Shaq was right about Kevin Durant? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.